Welcome to another episode of Diary of a Wannabe Comedian with me, Belle, a wannabe comedian. Well, it's official. I am now the variety officer for the London South branch of Equity, which is really odd for me because I'm not an activist. I'm not an activist at all. But, you know, I think there are things that need sorting out in the industry and maybe I can do a bit to help. As for my own performing, I did a gig last night and it was quite fun. It wasn't a brilliant gig, I'll be quite frank with you, but it was fun for different reasons. It's interesting as well because it's actually run by a drag queen. Not that Lucian was in drag, but by night he's a drag queen called Tina, and obviously has that larger than life personality. There were very few of us there. I think I was the only, one other bought a bringer, so everyone else just turned up and said their bringers had failed to come. And that makes it a very quiet night. So we were all just comedians, apart from, I managed to get 3 guys in from the pub that we were in. And they were young lads and they didn't really get the concept of stand-up. They were quite annoying, should we say, to the first act. And she was a female act and she was quite young and they were rather, she did hold her own, don't get me wrong, but they were rather irritating. And I really would have liked to hear a set, but I didn't really get to hear any of it because they were annoying. And they were fairly annoying all the way through. And then it got to me and they were quiet as a lamb, apart from the fact they were having a conversation between themselves. And I just, in the end, halfway through my set, I just stopped and said I was very offended that I wasn't being heckled, because it's like, wow, I was ready for it, but no, nothing. That's the school mom vibes that I give off. They didn't dare, I think, have a go. One of them did try and front it out and said, what do you want us to? And I said, not really. And that was that. Shut him up and he left. So yeah, it was a fun night and there were shots and all sorts. Not by me, I might add, because obviously I don't drink anymore. But, you know, everyone seemed to be having a good time. And they took a picture of the group of us and that went on Instagram. And it's actually quite a nice picture. I think it gives off the vibe of the evening, to be honest. So, yeah, well played, Lucian. Good energy for a host, I think. As for today, I went to see Monkey Man at the cinema, which it's an odd film. It's a cross between Kill Bill and Rocky IV. That's the only way I can describe it. I went to see it because I do like, is it Dev Patel? I think he's a bit of all right. And to be honest, he did deliver because he took his shirt off and did lots of punching of punch bags. And yeah, you know, the old Rocky montage. There was a little bit of that going on, but with an Indian flavour. So it was interesting. And yeah, it was a hard film to watch. I think he wrote it and directed it and all the rest of it. But possibly he should just stick to acting, because it was very hard to watch. The action was so fast in some cases. I actually had to close my eyes because I just couldn't keep up with it. I know it was trying to keep an air of mystery as to why he had a particular vendetta against a person. And I know they were trying to keep mystery around that and sort of dribble out the story. But it made it very hard watching. But, you know, his abs made it easier in places. That was my day. Oh, the only other thing is I did succumb to that stupid trend of buying stuff from Temu. I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go because it's all over YouTube for artists. And I thought, I'll give it a go. I didn't buy art materials because you can just see it's trash, to be honest. So I bought, what did I buy? I bought storage containers. I bought a mechanical pencil, things like that. And it was all trash or all damaged. So pretty much everything, with the exception of 2 silicone molds for soap making, everything else went back. And my view is that's the end of that experiment. It's just rubbish. It might be cheap, but what's the point if it takes weeks to get here? It's not good for the planet, clearly. And yeah, no, not for me. I actually just wanted to try something other than Amazon, to be quite honest with you. I think Amazon have so much of my money, but everything comes from China anyway. I figured it would be the same stuff but a lot cheaper, and it's not. It's really not. So there you go. That's my week. Much love and gratitude.